Revelers, this is Off the Rails, Right versus Left, the podcast that we do because we think the left is evil. I'm Rob B.
And I'm Brad Lee.
And I'm Brian G.
And we are Off the Rails, Right versus Left. Again, we're doing this show because we think everybody needs to know that the left is evil.
Classic.
And there it is. Dude, I love that view that you've got in your background. Where's that?
That's Arkansas.
That's Arkansas?
Yep, that's Ouachita Mountains. I don't know how you spell it. It's O-U-C-H. It's like Wichita, but with fucking an O-U.
Wichita, okay. So does it look like it's like maybe the original native spelling of the word Wichita? Oh, Wichita?
Yeah. Yep. Ouachita. I don't know.
All right. Well, let's see here.
Fucking beautiful place, though.
So I haven't been following the Olympics. Kind of like
Simone Biles has been on fire, and she was pregnant.
Oh, snap.
She's 8 weeks pregnant, dude.
So she can cook a baby and win gold at the same time.
Yeah, I'm just wondering. Hopefully that baby's not going to come out an omelet. You know what I'm saying? Because all the spinning and flipping and fucking. I mean, she's straight up fucking. She's badass. Is all I can say.
So hold on. So what you're
she's retiring.
So what you're telling me is you can be the pinnacle of success in your field while making a baby? This is insane.
And being black and American.
Wow. Why
yeah, I mean,
like all of those things, it seems like that shouldn't be possible.
I know. That's what they tell us anyways.
So well, I
will
who are
say, we?
I will say for anybody who follows us on YouTube, we did have an episode the other day with a story from the Olympics. You need to go to our Rumble to see that story, because YouTube in their graces decided to pull our story, claiming that it was
misinformation.
No, it was an Olympics copyright thing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, well, except the problem is like everything that covers the controversial subject, as long as you talk about them positively, the stories aren't pulled. If you talk about them like through the lens of reality, which we're not going to go further here, we're just going to say you're going to have to go to Rumble. Very soon we're going to have like subscriber only sections where we're just going to rip on everything. So, and then at that point, YouTube can just piss off pissers.
Right.
So, YouTube back in the glorious censorship, blaming it on the Olympics. But we do have a little podcast here. We started in 2022. We haven't always been consistent, but we've been doing this a while, so we are covering stuff in the interest of news. So I thought that was interesting that the publicly available AP footage.
Yeah, and clearly we have other things to do besides podcasting.
Yeah. So, well, I'm pretty much full-time podcaster and streamer now, except I do a few other like things, but it's pretty cool that I'm slowly but surely sliding into doing this all the time. I'm gonna
try and do some freaking segments of like outdoor stuff, because I can do some stuff in my backyard that's like, because I live by the lake and there's like literally there's woods right behind my house.
Well, I don't know about anybody else. I'm pretty sure that our viewers feel the same way. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait to see what you bring to the table. It's going to be awesome. and you're gonna be covering where you go out and catch some nature, like what's behind you. That just reminds me of like the forest land surrounding San Antonio, man. Like the hiking trails over there in San Antonio were pretty sick.
You got to do something about that camera. You got to put it up like closer to your screen so it doesn't. So it looks like you're looking at me and the screen at the same time. Because like your viewers, do your viewers know if you're looking at them or the camera, or are you looking at the screen and preoccupied and trying to not tell our viewers what you're thinking?
I think I'm thinking what I'm thinking, and I'm thinking it. How was that for like Kamala Harris like word salad?
Well, I want
the viewers to know that I'm thinking, and the thoughts have been thought and thunk.
I wish I could be unburdened by what has just been.
Okay, so you got to be careful about that one because people don't realize that's just like old school, like Marxist bullshit.
Exactly, that's the point.
Yeah. So it's like,
but most of her stuff is like old school Marxist bullshit. She just rambles on in circular.
Yeah, but the one about being
Ben Shapiro described it perfect.
The thing about
I like that. But go ahead.
Yeah, the thing about the being unburdened by what has burdened us in the past, like that was like the mantra of the Marxists, is they like did the great reset or whatever they called it in China, getting rid of the four olds. That's what she's talking about. She's talking about the Chinese get rid of the four olds: old thinking, old culture, old religion, old way of doing things. Yeah.
But it's good. It's a good saying, and it makes you think, right? Yeah, huh? But then when you really figure it out, you're like, what? That actually is kind of stupid.
Well, and
it kind of makes sense.
And in China, they used it to kill 100 million of their own people. You know, there's kind of that too. So yeah, Kamala's a hot mess. Anyway, so what else we got for the Olympics? I saw that the women's 4x400 like smashed it, won the gold. That was awesome.
Yeah, all I've been doing is watching. We've been watching. We watched a little bit of swimming. As soon as I heard that, they did the whole Last Supper thing, I was like, dude, whatever. This is dumb. But you gotta watch Simone Biles, dude. She's just lit it up. And Suni Lee, dude. Even the girl from Brazil, bro. If she would have had as good of a performance as Biles did, she probably would have beat Biles. But she landed out of bounds a little, so she got a penalty.
Hold on. I think I'm trying to pull up some video footage from the Olympics. Let's see here.
If you do her floor routine, they won her the gold in any of them, I suppose. Anything that you get from her is going to be just ridiculous. But she's going to retire, and she was pregnant.
Nah, I was gonna pull up the parody. Palestine wins the men's 100 meter. He fires his own gun to start the race, and then turns around and like he has to slow down. He turns around and he starts shooting all the other competitors.
That's hilarious. Yeah, that would probably get us kicked off of YouTube.
That was funny though. Anyway, so current Olympic medal count. You know how we're doing. Well, I mean, I know we're winning. We're always winning.
Well, we're winning in the medals count, but as far as gold goes, it's China.
Really?
China's won the most golds.
No.
Look at who's won the most. Look at who's won the most golds, not the most medals.
The United States and China are tied at 19, and the U.S. has 71 medals to China's 45.
Okay. So U.S. has made up some, probably with a lot of help from Simone Biles.
Yeah,
because she took gold in everything.
Well, that's artistic gymnastics. We have 3 golds in gymnastics. 3 golds, 5 bronzes, because we have the team gold, and then she has 2 other like didn't she do floor and vault or something?
Yeah, and she did all around. They should have got 3 golds. She should have got 3 golds for that. Also, they did the uneven, but I don't know if they did individual uneven bars. I think they did, but
So we got gold and silver in the women's 100. So hey, look at that. We got golds without sending men to compete as women. Wonderful.
right?
I'm glad the U.S. didn't send any men to compete as women. That would have been embarrassing.
Didn't Leah Thomas get kicked out?
Yeah, I couldn't qualify because dude looks like a lady, but
Easy. Nope.
What?
Well, you want YouTube, right?
Fuck YouTube.
That's what I say.
So
Can't assassinate my president.
I just don't want to take it far enough on there that I get all my accounts deleted because I do like my gaming account. It's got good numbers.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, no. So our medals, we got 28 medals in swimming, 8 medals in artistic gymnastics, 9 in athletics, 4 in fencing, 4 in shooting. Man, you'd think America would do way better in shooting than that.
Well, we don't send our assassins.
We don't. Yeah, we don't. Dude, have you seen that?
We want to keep that secret.
Okay, so conspiracy theories here, like not claiming this is true, except for the fact that, did you see that video that was shot from behind Trump? And somebody points out that oh boy, what's his name? He goes down and then Trump grabs his ear.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's interesting. It's interesting.
I'm sure I'll hear something from Dan Bongino.
So I don't know. He hasn't really like pilfered through a lot of the footage beyond just like he's mainly just covering like how completely obvious that it was that the government did it on purpose.
Yeah.
Yeah,
because there's got to be real evidence for him to want to go into a conspiracy theory. But you've seen that we did see that fucking. So they're saying, so what? They're trying to say that Crooks isn't the one that took the shot. It was somebody else. Because we see the bullet go right by Trump's. Here, you see it on the New York Post.
Yeah.
Or New York Times.
Hold on, I'm trying to.
Kamala's the worst vice president ever. Just saying.
Let me try and see if I can find this on Rumble. So there's a great video that breaks down like her one of her rallies.
Oh yeah.
You got to see this.
Was it the one at the high school?
No, it was an outdoor in like some little town.
Pennsylvania?
In Pennsylvania, yeah. I can't find it. So there was a.
Would it be an RNC research?
No. So okay.
On Rumble?
So here's what happened. So I'm sorry I'm not more prepared for the shows today, guys. Like I occasionally get bouts of insomnia. Well, that was yesterday, so I ended up waking up way late and I didn't get to cue my videos like I usually do. So there's a video out there from the rally, or it was a photo that was put up for the Kamala Harris rally. And it looks like it's a huge crowd. Now, of course, there is the reporting that she's paying people to go. Like in Atlanta, that there are certain sections of the crowd they didn't cover because they were filled up with homeless people to make the crowd look bigger. And that they're paying homeless black people to attend the rally in Atlanta.
That's terrible.
So, I do love her fake southern accent there in
Oh yeah,
Atlanta. Considering
like
she,
Hillary.
well, Hillary was at least from the South.
Well, I guess.
Yeah, Kamala was raised in Canada,
Yeah, I know.
so that's the craziness. So I wonder if that had to do with like somebody's expired student visa. I'm just curious. Anyway, so what happened in the photo is this reporter for CNN like posted on Twitter. Oh, that's where I should check. Yeah. So Kamal or this reporter posted pictures of her little rally, and once you like dig into the picture, it's got like the twisted up signs and shit. You know how AI can't get writing right, and it's
Hmm.
got somebody else where their hand goes through their sign. So like um, all the classic AI indicators. And this reporter actually went on her Twitter and was like, her Twitter might be gone. That might be why I can't find it. But she's like, people keep saying that this is AI. Why would I fake a photo from a rally? Well, that's a good question considering it's clearly AI. Like, there's like 3 signs in there that are like completely made up. So, like, it was crazy. It's funny. But yeah, she's pandering as always. So, and then the whole debate thing going on with Trump and Harris. So while she was in Atlanta, she called out Trump in the words that'll forever bite her in the ass. If you got something to say it to my face. And Trump's like, okay, well, we've got a debate scheduled on the 4th, but we can do one earlier than that on Fox News. And yeah, she refused. And now she's backing out of the September 4th debate. So she's trying to dodge debating him at all the while trying to call him out for not wanting to debate. All he
Right.
wanted was, hey, obviously these rules that were set up to protect the enfeebled Joe Biden don't apply to her. So but she's running. Like he said, okay, let's debate. And then on Truth, Trump, Truth, this shit's fire, dude.
You want to hear something? You want to hear something that I just saw that's freaking hilarious? This is the headline on the Daily Wire. Kamala Harris' husband admits to impregnating babysitter while cheating on his first wife.
What was it?
Kamala Harris' husband admits to impregnating babysitter while cheating on first wife.
Oh man. Oh, I like the clip from one of the Trump rallies
Vice
where
President Kamala Harris' husband Doug Emhoff admitted that he cheated on his first wife with the couple's babysitter after a report was published on Saturday that said the marriage ended after he got the babysitter pregnant. Wow.
that's hilarious. Dude, why is it when I try and find stuff for this, like it's never easy to find?
Okay, so here's something that you were talking about. Trump says he would debate on Fox. Harris tries to hold on the ABC debate. Former President Donald Trump said late on Friday that he agreed to a debate against Vice President Kamala Harris, who hours earlier had secured enough delegate votes to become the Democratic Party's presidential nominee, but they did not seem to agree on a host. The latest clash between candidates began with the post to Truth Social. Trump said he would be willing to go head to head with Harris on Fox News, while indicating he would no longer participate in the ABC News debate on September 10th because he agreed to face off against President Joe Biden, not Harris. And separately, filed in March a defamation lawsuit against the network and its anchor George Stephanopoulos, who was not slated to be a moderator. I have agreed with Fox News to debate Kamala Harris on Wednesday, September 4th. The debate was previously scheduled against Sleepy Joe Biden on ABC, but has been terminated in that Biden will no longer be a participant, and I am in litigation against ABC Network and George Slopadopoulos, thereby creating a conflict of interest, Trump said. The Fox News debate will be held in the great Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. So great, so great, the greatest. That's what they say. I don't say it, they say it. At a site in an arena to be determined, he added. The moderators of the debate will be Brett Baer and Martha McCallum, and the rules will be similar to the rules of the debate with Sleepy Joe, who has been treated horribly by his party, but with a full arena audience.
Okay, that's not the good one. Here's the good one. After Kamala Harris tried to back out of the September debate, Kamala Harris doesn't have the mental capacity to do a real debate against me. It's scheduled for September 4th in Pennsylvania. She's afraid to do it because there's no way she can justify her corrupt and open borders. The most corrupt. There's never been more corrupt. Anyway, that's my Trump. Anyway, so this
you gotta be more nasally.
So this is his actual post. No,
there you go. But much better. See, there's nothing wrong with mocking Trump. People who think that Trump is a god and can do no wrong are stupid.
So anyway, so he's saying there's no way she can justify her corrupt and open borders, the environmental destruction of our country, the Afghanistan embarrassment, runaway inflation, terrible economy, high interest rates, and taxes.
The highest.
And her years-long fight to stop the words Merry Christmas. I'll see her on September 4th, or I won't see her at all. She's acknowledged to be the worst vice president in history, which works very nicely against the worst president, crooked Joe Biden. The combination of these two low IQ, very low IQ individuals have destroyed our country.
Some say the lowest.
But we will make America great again. Anyways, that's the post that he made yesterday after Kamala Harris running from the scheduled debate.
Nice.
Dude, I wish I could do the voice. There's this one chick that does like the best Kamala Harris like
impersonation,
like parody. Like it's hilarious.
Oh yeah, does she give it the old hawk tootie?
No, not quite like that, but yeah, she does good. So, but yeah, she's sitting in her car and she's like, and Kamala Harris thinks that all women should vote for her. Yeah, no, she's great. Anyway. Oh my God, I just saw like some asshole says, "Oh, I love Joe. He did a brilliant job and accomplished a lot in 3.5 years."
Yeah, what? I'm curious. Help me change my mind. I want to change my mind.
Don't ask me. I think they're full of shit.
I know. What is that? A troll? That's hilarious.
Oh, hold on.
Are they typing?
No. Hold on. Kamala's proving he's black here. Hold on.
Oh yeah. I noticed if she's black, shouldn't she already own those albums? Like, why did she have to come out of the store buying them?
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so first of all, Really one of the greatest jazz performers ever. One of my favorite albums of all time. Roy Ayers, Everybody Loves
Her favorite album of all time, and she's just not buying it.
It's a classic.
Right?
And then Torn Came Back. Right? And this is a beautiful one.
If you idiots can buy this pandering, you're morons, and you don't deserve to vote. I'm sorry.
Okay, so first of all, Charlie Mingus.
Well, you know, she probably. I'm sure she was more focused on her Michael Jackson collection because you know he's a creepy pedophile. That's more of the Dim's alley.
Or her Snoop Dogg and Tupac that she used to listen to in college when they weren't even out yet.
Yeah, and then but then later, like you know, all they sing about is you know, well, I mean, hey, they did a lot of songs that were anthems to her.
Mm-hmm. Bitches and hoes.
Yeah. But then, of course, she went and tried to lock them all up for smoking weed. So you know.
Yep. Yep. While she was smoking weed, listening to him while she was in college, when she must have like been a time traveler. I don't know. I don't know. If she's a time traveler, maybe she could have traveled back in time to like pass her bar the first time.
All right, here we go. So let's see. Still getting used to the 3 screens thing. So let's see what MSDNC has to say about the whole debate thing.
Of a debate with Vice President Harris. Now he claims the ABC News debate set for September 10th was quote terminated, but the Harris campaign says that's just not true.
Donald Trump is trying to get out of a debate with Vice President Harris. Now, he claims the ABC News debate set for September 10th was, quote, terminated. But the Harris campaign says that's just not true. A campaign source tells NBC
What does ABC say?
It is their understanding that ABC intends to, quote, provide the airtime to whichever qualifying candidates show up. Donald Trump instead proposed a debate with his friends at Fox News. Here's what he said last night in Atlanta.
You know, we're doing one with Fox if she shows up. I don't think she's going to show up. She can't talk. She can read a teleprompter. I give her about a 6 on a scale of 10. 6. For talking, I'd give her less than a 1. We need people that can talk.
Vice President
why did
Harris
they
responded, quote,
stop this bitch? I don't want to hear this more. This bitch is stupid. I cannot fucking stand that racist bitch. Joy Reid just makes me want to fucking get a rope.
Unalive
get
yourself.
A rope. I don't. Jeez, my God, has she even been to a fucking in-person Amazon?
Well, she was supposed to be there with Donald Trump at the Black Journalists Convention, and she ran away because I guess she was afraid because there were too many black people there. I don't know.
Before that, she was supposed to be at the Bitcoin conference.
Yeah, so basically anywhere Donald Trump shows up, she's going to run the other direction.
Oh yeah,
as long as she can.
There's no way that she can't talk, for one, like he just said. Everybody knows that. She can read a teleprompter. She's not taking any serious questions. The last time she was saw, she came out and made a statement and then walked away. And her rally, she had to have superstars fucking to get the crowds that weren't that many. As soon as the concert was over, everybody left. And like you were saying, her crowds aren't really, they're paying homeless people.
So, and then, well, since we're talking about Trump anyways, so did you see that Chut Khan in the attempting to overthrow the elections case ruled that the it can go forward because there was no evidence presented? Like, really? So she reviewed no evidence for 6 months?
For what?
For the January 6th case, the judge in that case decided that there was no evidence that he tried to that they were selectively prosecuting him, even though like they presented evidence of the Justice Department communicating with DAs all over the place trying to get him. And I'm pretty sure isn't that one also under Smith, who the Supreme Court already, or not the Supreme Court, Judge Eileen Cannon already threw out the case because
the Supreme Court already said that he had presidential immunity, didn't they?
Well, for official acts, they do make a specific line, but that was in the documents case.
Oh, right. But anyways, right. Okay. Well, so that sets a precedent for this to get thrown out too.
Yeah, it does. Or if they railroad him on more convictions, it's going to get thrown out on appeal anyways because Smith Smith isn't a prosecutor for the federal government that was approved by the Senate.
Right.
So
and they were trying to say that he wasn't constitutionally selected because he wasn't selected by committee.
Right. And so all the other ones, there was a law that authorized special counsels. That law had expired. And then every other quote unquote special prosecutor that was appointed by a president, they were all
like the ones that
they were all already confirmed U.S. attorneys that were already confirmed by Congress.
Congress, right.
Yeah, whereas Jack Smith is just a political hack that the Biden administration hired to go after Trump because he's good at twisting the law to do political.
So Merrick Garland knows this, but he just lied to.
Well, yeah, that's why
the
Merrick
American
Garland
people
picked him.
Yeah.
So the next hearing for that's going to be August 16th. But they're moving forward with it. And it, it's ironic. Like I don't know how they could even move forward with the case based on the fact that they've already provided the emails that he attempted to provide Nancy Pelosi with 10,000 National Guard troops to prevent any problems at the Capitol, and she declined them. Mm-hmm. The Capitol Hills police were trying to get the National Guard in to get help, and nobody would respond to him while it was going on. So, and he didn't have the authority. So that's something that needs to be fixed. That's something that Trump could.
Yeah, but we won't. If Kamala wins, and we don't get out there and get the vote out, it's not going to happen. We're never going to learn the truth. At least not until another Republican with balls gets in.
Did you watch yesterday's show?
I didn't.
Okay, so yesterday I covered the possibilities on the map. Right now, it's looking like Trump's going to win with 327. But when he inevitably picks Shapiro, if that flips Pennsylvania, and in Georgia, there's already footage of an entire apartment building, 14% of the people in that apartment building, it's all illegal immigrants, and 14% of them are registered vote and have already voted in elections.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So if they manage to use their trickery to flip Georgia, then you're already looking at, and they managed to flip over Wisconsin or Michigan. Then you're already.
I doubt they're going to do that.
Yeah, but then you're already looking at a win for.
But the only way that she's going to flip Pennsylvania, if she can, is by what you said. It's saying is picking Shapiro. But even then, when she picks Shapiro, all those super liberal Palestinian Muslims over in Michigan, not to mention the United Auto Workers who are supporting Trump, they're not going to vote for Kamala if she picks a Jew for her vice president.
It remains to be seen, but let's see here. Where's this video? So this is the first. I'm actually going to go to the spot where I covered it.
But it seems like she's going to pick Shapiro, though. So,
okay, so the initial one looks like. I really need an assistant that can do this for me while I'm doing the show. Okay, so this is So I don't think they have a chance of flipping back Nevada, even if they pick their Arizona senator, no matter how popular he is. That and he's a little bit older, so it just kind of looks like old white dude again. Now that being said, Trump's still kind of an old white dude, but man, he's the most vigorous. He's the most vigorous old white dude I've ever seen. Like, Jesus Christ, he's almost 80. Go fucking sit down somewhere, dude.
Dude, okay, so yeah, so he did that.
Actually, they can see. Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so, dude, Trump did that fucking interview. Mute that.
In scrutiny. That's Amanda.
Go ahead.
Because I can hear you guys
Like,
talking.
there was an article 6 months ago. There, go ahead.
Okay. Trump went and did that black journalist interview, right? And then he went and fucking did another rally that same day.
Right.
So, yeah. I mean, not like Sleepy Joe or Kamala, who's just trying to do the Biden routine that he did in 2020 and hide in her basement. I think this word salad.
Well, I mean, hiding in the basement, that's what the Biden-Harris campaign is known for.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway,
but that word salad that she did when she had the prisoner transfer.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That was actually I played that. That came up next on the on that, like right after I did the breakdown of the voting or of the polling. So but yeah, so what if she manages to flip Pennsylvania and they manage to cheat their way in Georgia and they manage to flip Virginia back over, because don't mistake, it's right there by DC, very close, very easy to funnel some extra voters in there.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just lucky that they're not. Well, so I wonder, with all these people moving out of California, how many of them are being relocated intentionally just to throw elections over?
I don't know.
And then, like, there's articles from 6 months ago saying that the Harris County Commissioner for Elections has found over 5,000 illegal immigrants registered to vote.
Well, if that's the case, then we need to stop them and fix it.
So, well, except we don't have any power to stop them. The Democrats control all the machinery. So yeah, we control all the rural areas of these states, but that doesn't stop them from stacking the rolls in the cities to a margin that it throws the rest of the state in these borderline purple states.
Yeah, but in Georgia, they passed a law to where 3 independent people have to be there to count and certify the vote. Like they actually have to be there.
Yeah.
So I mean, they can still stack the vote, like you're saying, but I mean, at least there's people there to independently fucking be like, okay, something is or isn't right.
Right. Well,
I guess we'll see. They're not going to be able to cheat as bad as they did last time. They're just not going to be able to.
There will be more people paying attention this time. So
yeah, well, and there will be less mail-in ballots.
But you remember all the election
they changed all the laws.
Yeah, all the election observers last time, if you remember, like
I know they got kicked out. Yeah. Oh, we had a leaked pipe. Oh, it was actually an overflowed toilet, but we're not going to say anything until the next day because it was so late at night that happened.
Yeah, and yet it was so late they couldn't work, and yet millions of votes came in for Biden during that time that they were shut down and not counting. So I just think it's funny, the graphs that they like point to the graph in the Maduro election down there in Venezuela, and they're like, see the way this jumps up and goes straight up, it proves that it's fraud. But you go back and look at all the Biden vote counts for Georgia, Nevada, Arizona, and Pennsylvania. His vote counts look exactly the same. So I think that's hilarious. So
that's what happens with mail-in voting.
So, well, I mean, it's not just mail-in, but like they have video of the gal there in Fulton County, like sitting there scanning the same stack of ballots over and over and over.
I know.
And then Biden gave her a Presidential Medal of Honor for service to the country. So what exactly was her service?
Getting him president.
Mm-hmm. So anyway, what else did I have on the table?
Like who all goes out and votes and only votes for the president and nobody else? Because you have to go through, right?
Yeah.
You have to go through the whole thing in order for your presidential vote to count. So if you're going to do that, why wouldn't you go? Because there was tons of votes that came in where the down ballot was blank.
Yeah. Because yeah. Oh, I also had a fact-checked post where like I was making the joke. It was clearly a joke about 100 million pre-filled ballots voting for Biden were now had the wrong name. Like it was clearly a joke. And I got my post fact-checked and shut off by Kuckelberg.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
What? What a homo. He did say something cool about Trump. I mean, once. So that doesn't make him. That doesn't make him cool or on our side, but it's interesting.
So I don't know if you've noticed, but after the prediction for there being so many tropical storms this year, looking pretty low. Looking pretty low.
Yeah.
Got what?
How many tropical storms?
We've got 3 tropical storms so far, 1 hurricane, and 1 major, and that 1 hurricane is a major hurricane. So the average is like 3.2 major hurricanes, 7.2 hurricanes. Like, doesn't feel like we're on track for this historic season that they were saying was going to happen.
Do we really want to talk about their track record with their ice age, their ozone gases, their global warming, climate change, fucking.
Don't forget
acid
rain.
There's a hole in the ozone. Yeah, acid rain. Yeah, remember that? Acid rain was a thing.
Yeah, and then what was the other one? Oh yeah, don't forget, according to Al Gore.
Al Gore.
Yeah, according to Al Gore, Miami's already supposed to be underwater, but I've noticed that it's looking pretty above water.
The shoreline's the same as it was like 100 years ago.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Weird how that works.
Weird. That is weird.
So.
The coral reef is growing back too.
Yeah. So, that being said, though, there is a hurricane headed towards Florida, so y'all be safe down there. Make sure you got your gator fences up so the hurricane doesn't blow them into your house.
Yeah, that was a joke. We don't want any gator nados.
I don't want to see some fucking liberal in the comments saying that that doesn't really happen. No, it's a joke. It's a joke. You don't put up gator fences before a hurricane. It's a joke.
And you know what else? You don't put up. You know what else?
Well, let's hear it. What?
You leave your crazy liberal uncle outside during that hurricane. Give him a flatboat and wish him good luck.
So, dude, do you want to hear some crazy shit like about this like censorship like on TikTok?
Okay.
So, like, I posted an old school like on my old school gaming show. I did StarCraft, and I posted a video of like destroying the Confederate base, but because I had Confederate in my post, they said that it violated TikTok's policies because I said Confederate.
And you blew up the Confederate post.
Yeah. But because it has Confederate in there, like apparently they don't know what Confederate means. So, anyways, I just think that's funny. But no, on the hurricanes though, everybody down there, Florida, Georgia, be safe. It'd be a bad time, especially in Georgia for this whole thing to go bad. Now, the last thing I put on here was Iran. Have you seen the news coming out of Iran?
No, what's going on? Are they actually going to attack Israel?
Well, they're going to attack Israel, and ever since since Putin was there for the funeral of the Hamas guy, which why is the Hamas guy not having his funeral in a Palestinian territory?
Right.
Anyway,
it seems weird that he was blown up in a fucking safe house, and that bomb had been there for months. From what I hear, I don't know. I could be wrong.
No, that's pretty much what Iran's saying too. Is that that it was placed way ahead of.
How does that make sense? How does Israel get there to put a fucking bomb in there that far of it in advance?
So, Israel told Iran told Israel to prepare your bomb shelters. They're threatening all-out war and nonstop since Putin was there for the funeral. Military cargo flights have been flying into Iran. So my question is, if the U.S. is doing such a good job, like propping up the defense of Ukraine, how does Russia have weapons to send Iran?
Huh. Here's an interesting thing. What if Russia was buying all the military weapons from Afghanistan, and then now they're bringing them to Iran? Because we honestly, we know Iran got a lot of our weapons, but we also know that Afghanistan has a lot of our weapons and shit, right? We don't know where that all went.
No, we don't. We don't have a clue, but we do
We
know.
don't know where all that shit went from when we just abandoned Iraq.
Yeah, but as of right now, the Taliban has surpassed the United States for military supply orders.
Weird.
It's funny how that works. So, yeah. So, and then Hezbollah, I love their little brag. They're like, we launched dozens of rockets at Israel, and the Iron Dome failed. Several of them made impact.
What? Several of them made impact?
Yeah.
No one was killed?
Not saying that they hit anything in particular, but they made impact. They didn't all get blown up in the air. Several of them made impact.
and nobody died.
Yeah, no, nobody died in that one. And that's whole
hilarious.
Reason, so it's hilarious. Have you ever gone on to Al Jazeera?
I have before. Because some of their stuff is interesting.
Well, like this is what countries has Israel attacked since September 7th? What countries have they attacked? Like what kind of retarded shit is that? Anyways, but so then the map has Iran, Lebanon, Syria, the West Bank marked like it's a country, doesn't have Gaza marked on the map, and then Yemen. So it's kind of hilarious. And so we look at those that Israel attacked. Okay, the Houthis were attacking Israeli ships, so they bombed the Houthis. Hezbollah has never stopped since they took over Lebanon. Right. Never stopped launching rockets into Israel, so they hit them back. And in Syria, they continue to make strikes because they're the ones that are funneling the weapons to Hezbollah and to Gaza. So they continue to strike there and take out Iranian weapons. And then Iran was the one that launched a whole bunch. It was after their strike in Syria that Iran launched a whole bunch of missiles at Iran. So Israel struck them. So it's funny that they say, "Oh, Israel attacked them." No, they struck back. All those quote countries attacked them, and all they did was strike back.
Yeah, and you know that the media is lying because look, you guys, the Palestinians, the Hezbollah, the whatever you want to call them, they want the death of Jews. The
Dude, but
Jewish people do not want the death of them.
so
If you can tell me that the Jewish people have a right to exist, we can talk. If not, I don't want to hear shit.
So what's great is, so they put a list up here, and they're trying to vilify Israel here, but it ends up looking like a greatest hit list. And so the IRGC advisor Musavi that they killed in Syria, he helped plan the October 7th attacks. They killed him December 25th on Christmas. And that was in Damascus, Syria. So let's look at their attacks on Lebanon. They killed the deputy chief of Hamas's political bureau in Beirut, Lebanon, January 2nd. They killed a Hezbollah commander, Majdal Salim, in Lebanon. In March 31st, they killed a Hezbollah commander in Kunin, Lebanon. They hit Damascus again and took out Rahimi, another IRGC commander. What are all these Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps doing in Syria? Just saying. They got another one. They got another one April 2nd in Damascus, Zahedi. So as they keep replacing these commanders, Israel just keeps taking them out with impunity. Then they got a Hezbollah commander here in Lebanon, Hussein. And then they got Fuad Shukur in Beirut. And then they took out the guy in Tehran the next day. So I think it's pretty. It's funny they're trying to paint Israel as the bad guys with this, but to me, it really looks like.
Seems to me like the civilian casualties is being held to a minimum, and they're the only freaking military or country that has been held to such a standard ever in the history of war.
Yeah.
They talk about war crimes. Anybody that was involved in October 7th was committing a war crime.
Yeah. Exactly.
Because they were saying, they were there for a genocide.
Yep. Well, and I mean, and then you point out, with the billions of dollars in aid, with only 1 million people living there, they should have been living fatter than they live in Abu Dhabi, but they weren't because there's only one thing they want to do, and that's make weapons.
Yep. Make weapons and terrorists.
Yep. They want to kill Jews. That's their only mission in life. Hamas's mission is not to make their people's lives better. It's to kill Jews and nothing but kill Jews.
Yeah. And then when they're through with that, where to next?
For sure.
Same thing as Russia, right? Which is why Iran and Russia are getting so close to each other, and China, which we don't want. Well, AOC might and Bernie Sanders, but
I'm going to go the opposite direction of most of the countries in the world, and I'm going to say it's long past time for Israel to turn Lebanon, Syria, and Iran, and now Yemen into big glass parking lots. Actually, just
not even that. Just go in there and start killing people, and it's start taking care of business. Sorry, I do not condone the killing of people, but go in there and take them out. They say you're committing genocide, anyways. I mean, show them what a genocide is.
You know what they should do? Okay, Hezbollah's been attacking us for 50 years from Lebanon. That's over. Couple nukes in Lebanon. You guys hit us again, there is no Lebanon. If anybody hits us from Syria again, there is no Syria. If anybody hits us from Iran again, there's no Iran. If anybody hits us from the Gaza Strip or the West Bank again, nobody's going to live in the Gaza Strip or the West Bank for 1,000 years. So you guys knock this shit off now and forever, or we are going to do what we need to do to permanently defend our people. That's what they need to say.
Yeah, well, that's what they need to do. Like you have always said, Rob, they need to just punch them in the face. What, like, okay, like you said, Lebanon. Just take out Lebanon. Just fucking bomb the shit out of Lebanon. Don't give a fuck about their civilians or any casualties. No, it's all collateral damage at this point, right?
Yep.
And then watch everybody else be like, "Oh, shit, they're not playing around. Maybe we should think about this." And if they don't, do the next. Do Syria. And then if they still don't, then I mean, eventually they will stop because they're gonna not want to be hit in the fucking face, and their leadership is gonna fall apart.
So let's see here. So here's some good numbers. 1920 Arab riots. 6 Jews killed, 200 wounded, 43 killed in 21, 133 killed in 24. 135 killed in 1929, 415 killed in 1936 to 39 Arab riots. In the War of Independence, let's see here. They killed and wounded 21,000, 6,000 dead. In the Sinai campaign, they lost 231. The 6 Days War, they lost 776. In the War of Attrition, they lost 1,424. In the Yom Kippur War, 2,688. In the First Lebanon War, 1,216. In the First Intifada, 200. In the Second War, 164. Operation Cast Lead, 14. Operation Pillar of Defense, 6. Operation Protective Edge, 73. Operation Guardian Walls, 12. So, and through terrorism and other, from 1860 to the present, 9,924. And directly, Israelis killed by Palestinian terrorism from 1948 to today, 4,189.
What's the reverse?
The flip, oh wait, hold on. Palestinians killed by Palestinians in the Intifada is 2021. I don't have the stats for how many
Jews have killed Palestinians.
Yeah. So in the War of Independence, 6,000 Jews were killed, 10,000 Arabs. The Sinai campaign, 3,000 Arabs died to 231 Jews. In the 6-Day War, 18,000 died of Arabs to 776 Israelis. In the
So
War
it sounds to me like it's not really working out for the Arabs when they attack the Jews.
It never does, but because they hide behind their civilians and stuff, like that's all good news for Arabs because they want to just vilify Israel. So
and say that it's because of what they believe in and blah blah, and oh, it's their land, no, it's our land, and the whole dispute about where the land came, whatever, dude. It's
right. So here's my argument. Okay, so since 1948, you're still talking about 120,000 people killed. If they had just nuked, say, the West Bank, the first time they started this shit, everybody would have gotten the point pretty goddamn quick, and we probably would have saved 100,000 lives.
Yeah, because that same principle we used before.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
if you continue
twice
to
we've
fight,
done it.
If you continue to fight unending wars against people who want your annihilation, they're gonna have more successful campaigns. Like the second Intifada, they killed like 1,000 Jews. The Yom Kippur War, they killed 2,600 Jews. You know, I mean, like after the War of Independence, as soon as like the next war started, they should have just been leveling cities. It would have been done and over with. So my problem with the Gaza Strip war right now isn't that like there were civilian casualties. It's that they went soft-handed. They tried to do it slow instead of doing it the way any other country would have fought a war, which is go in and just bomb the shit out of them and get it done with. If they had done their operation there in 1 month instead of 6 months and just flattened the whole fucking place, it would have been so shocking. I bet you it'd have been a while before Hamas, even if they weren't destroyed, ever thought of trying some shit like that again.
So what you're saying is you blame the Biden administration.
Yeah, of course I blame the Biden administration.
Well, I mean, it is.
But I I blame Netanyahu too, because Netanyahu's been around long enough that he should know better than thinking that you can piecemeal this and try and protect the civilians. It's not your fault that the terrorists are hiding behind the civilians. You need to kill the civilians. So civilians, you either capture the Hamas people and turn them in, or if you let them hide behind you, you're going to die, and that's your choice.
But here's the thing, from what Ben Shapiro says about the fucking Israeli parliament over there, it's a weird system, and he had to fucking he had to step to a little bit further to the left of where he wanted to be in the right to gain some of the opposition party to come to his side to get the votes, because there's a lot of freaking Jews and Arabs in the Israeli government that don't agree with what Netanyahu is doing, which is why President Biden was slow walking aid to Israel and then trying to send a bunch of aid to the Gaza Strip, right? But the aid that's getting there is being taken by Hamas.
Yeah.
And people are dying. And the media doesn't want to report that. They just want to say, "Oh yeah, Jews are bad. They have space lasers and shit."
So
that was a joke. That was a joke. Just saying.
Yeah, I think the proper strategy would be bombs come in from this city. That city no longer exists. Pretty soon, the people aren't going to allow the bombs to be put in their city.
Right. But the problem is, most of the people voted for the Hamas leaders to be a part of their government. So.
Yeah, well, when you've got a 99% chance of death for supporting these people, you become a lot less likely to support them.
Right.
I
agree with you.
That's all there is to it. So, anyways, we're rolling up on an hour here, so I want to thank everybody for joining us. I saw our counts. I forgot to pull up the chat on the main streaming app. Did we get anybody chatting on here? Nope. So I appreciate y'all joining us. I hope you found the conversation interesting. That's what we try and do here. We like to have little conversations about stuff, and we'll see y'all again tomorrow night. Thank you so much for joining us. Brad, any
share,
last minute thoughts?
Subscribe.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Make sure
I'm gonna try and post some stuff of me doing outdoor stuff. So we'll have that going. So be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, and then of course, if you want to help us out more with what we're trying to do here, you can always swing by that little link at the bottom. This is our badass t-shirt. There it is. It's only $15 in the merch shop, warmongershop.store. That's my gaming channel store. I'm not actually a warmonger. I just am in video games. So, but yeah, it says impeach, arrested, convicted, shot, still standing. So that shirt's only $15. And if you get that helps us do what we're doing here. And I got some pretty cool designs that I did myself for the gaming channel. So hopefully you guys can go check out our shop and see some things that you like. And we'll see you guys next time. And you got, wait, I got to do this backwards. And you got
revel on.
There. So
revel on, baby. Revel on.
Amen.